Welcome in. I'm here with Master Gardener Ellen Roberts, and we are talking about the community gardens. And so what have you got going on this year, Ellen?
So this year we have a demonstration home garden, and we've done something like this before, but this year we have a 5-bed demonstration home garden, and we're growing a variety of crops because most home gardeners want to grow a variety of crops. They don't just want tomatoes or just onions, they want a bunch of stuff. So in this area right here we have what are called our fruiting plants, which means you're really eating the fruit of the plant, even though it's a we all call it vegetables, but they form from the flower, and then you're eating the fruit that forms from that flower. So these are our cucumbers, our squash, our tomatoes, and our peppers. And they just also happen to be in 2 different plant families. So the cucumber family or the squash family, and then the tomato pepper family. And that's important because next year in this bed we will plant something totally different. And that's so we can do crop rotation. And as we go through, I'll talk a little bit more about crop rotation.
Okay.
So in this bed right here we have sweet potatoes, we have onions, we have some carrots. We earlier had some beets and radishes. This is the bed where we are planting sort of the things that you harvest from the root. So, all the sweet potatoes grow underground, the onions grow underground. So it might not exactly always be the root, but it's stuff that's coming up that you're going to harvest from underground.
Okay.
And these also happen to be in different families. So sweet potatoes are in one plant family, the onions are in another, and the carrots are in another. So that's important for crop rotation too. So next year we will start rotating the crops, and I'll talk about how we do that after we get to that last bed.
Okay.
This bed right here, this is called our cover crop area. So this bed had the poorest soil. And so we wanted to build the soil up, and we wanted to do it in a way that really didn't take a lot of fertilizer. Not that there's anything wrong with fertilizer. I use 10-10-10 all the time, but we wanted to do something a little different. So out of these 5 beds, we chose one to be a cover crop area. And so, and what a cover crop helps you do is it helps you build the soil, add nutrition, and also add some organic material.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing here in this bed. And we've just terminated one set of cover crops, which was a buckwheat mixture, and we've just replanted it with the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Just to keep it going and to add more organic material.
And I was here last week and saw Jeffrey cutting it out.
So in the way he terminated it, he just cut it at the bottom, and then we added a little more dirt, and he's put some more cover crop in.
Okay.
Okay, so this is our bean bed and pea bed. They also belong to the same family, but we have a variety of green beans, and then these were our spring peas, and the spring peas are about ready to come out. When we pull those out, we'll probably plant with some fall crowder peas.
Oh, okay.
And then the bed right over there,
okay,
and I'll just walk to this end. Yeah. We have a variety here. We have some okra, we have some dill, and we also have some cabbages and some greens planted here. So next year we will rotate the beds.
Okay.
So next year this bed we'll plant our greens and our okra in that first bed we came to.
Oh, okay.
And we'll just move every bed down. Oh. And what that does is it allows us to have a different variety of crop in each bed. It helps us cut down on insects because crops attract a certain number of insects. Yeah. It helps us build the soil because different crops use different nutrition in the soil, and it helps us control disease. Now these beds are planted pretty close together, so it wouldn't be surprising if insects went from one to the other.
Yeah.
But it's, the idea is if you do crop rotation, you can cut down on disease and cut down on your insects and help build your soil. Yeah. So that's kind of what we're trying, and so this is a 5-year experiment. We like to think long term. So this is a 5-year experiment. We'll see, how it goes over the next 5 years.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, if you're interested in crop rotation, you know, the biggest thing to remember is don't plant the same crop in each year, you know, year after year in the same place. And if you can, don't plant the same crop family. So, and there is information from the extension on crop families. If you have questions, I'm sure they'll be happy to answer or refer you to a resource.
All right.
So anyway, grow a home garden, it's fun. We do have some other things growing in this area. We have some greens and okra here, which we're beginning to harvest the greens, and that happens to be kale, and the okra is just getting started. This is our garlic area, and it's ready to be harvested, but we're going to wait to the first Saturday in July to harvest this. So I think David told you about first Saturdays we're going to harvest garlic.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. We have a flower bed here. This is the first time we've planted a flower bed in this area, and the purpose of the flower bed is to show, yes, you can grow other things than vegetables. I had to really stretch on that because all I ever grow is vegetables. But this will let us demonstrate how to divide bulbs, how to divide rhizomes in the future. We of course have our asparagus. A little bit later, Sarah's going to talk about mountain tomatoes, and she's also going to, and then we have some tomatoes out there. We have a pea crop out there that's going to be followed with a cover crop, and we have ginger. And probably a first Saturday in October, we'll probably be harvesting our ginger.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of the plan for this area for the year, and we make a new plan every year.
Okay.
So